Hey, this is Alex. This is the last side of my fence, my privacy fence that we're building. And it comes out to a total of 400 feet, which is pretty long, especially having to do it like on my off time. But yeah, for me, it's therapeutic. As you can see, I did all of this work myself, but I kind of like working like that. Some people don't. I do. So I didn't do really any much explaining before of how the structure of the fence is, so here goes. So I took a 10-foot piece of unistrut, and at about every 8 feet, I drove it down to the ground about 3.5 to 4 feet deep. I'm trying to leave about 6 feet to the top of the post exposed, and then eventually, when I get all the posts deep down there, I'll go and attach a 2x6 to match the height. And I'll put 3 through bolts through that, tighten that all up, and then once the through bolts are done, I typically start on all the rails. But on this one, I started on some of the rails at the towards the front of the house, but then I just finished the top rails because I was kind of pinched on time as far as having some wood out there, and I wanted to get the top cap done. So did the top rails, went all the way down, and then I placed the top cap above everything. You see here, I'm still putting those 2x6 uprights. Those will cover the unistrut that was pushed down the ground. Now, according to some other materials that are similar to this, this post should withstand 100 plus winds. But I'm surrounded by trees and a lot of buildings, so I don't know if I'll ever get that. But it's good to know it's engineered similarly. Here I'm putting the rails on, and I'm putting all 3 this first part, but then I decided to just finish just the top rails. That way I can get the cap on. The neighbor here, his wife is from Hawaii, and so they have some tropical plants. They're a little better at planting, tropical plants than we are, so hopefully we could get some pointers from. Yeah, and the idea here is that we needed a place that our dogs can run free without, them trying to escape, and it had to look good, and it's going to be ours. It's going to last. We want it to last forever, so that's why I decided to design it on my own and build it myself. And I think sometimes that type of workmanship shows in the final product. Anyway, as you can see here, this is what takes the longest, the top cap. Takes the longest because it has to look good. Sometimes the slightest bend in your 2x6 will move a wall, out of plumb like by an inch. That's really noticeable. So I was trying to make sure that, it was a really good looking fence at the end. I don't want to just throw it up. I want it to be something that, Pam likes and I enjoy. So, yeah, this is what takes the longest, the top cap. Once that's done, I finish the mid rail and the bottom rail. Now the top and the bottom rail follow the contour of, the land or the grade. But I also wanted to have a plumb and level, aspect to it. So the middle rail is level, as you can see. And then once I put the pickets, of course, those will be all plumb. I think it gives it a great look. It gives it a look like it's following the contour of the grade, but also it looks like it's it's level and plumb. Something about that I think is pleasing to my eye, and I think to most people's eye. Anyway, here in a few seconds, I'm going to finish up the middle and the bottom rail, and those pickets fly once you start putting those on. But that's the downfall. I have to haul them out there to get them started. Here we go. Off to the races. Like I say, once those go on, it just completes the whole look to the fence. It's a 6-inch wide picket, and I do a 4-inch separation between the pickets, and then I overlap on the second row or the second layer. I overlap it by 1 inch on each side. So that's what gives us this great look. Here we are, down to the finishing stretches. But anyway, enjoy the music. Thanks for stopping by. I think it turned out beautiful. Talk to you later, bye.